My grandfather, the one that really taught me a lot of things. It's very familiar if you go to Lon Lozi on the main dining room and so on. Still picture of my grandfather still there. The line that named Two Towns.
Yeah.
It's my grandfather. And Two Towns and Jack, they were brothers. They grew around that south and grew there, raised children, and also ourselves to go there. I learned quite a lot, My grandfather used to take us early in the morning. We going in the river. If you look at on the river, we have some of the area with plums. They got lala plums. They got a lot of plums that grows around. We used to make a lala plum beers. We go there and really dig the area, and we prepare the plums. It really gives a wonderful beer if we can do it. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm going to try this. One day, my uncle's still here. He's on leave. The guy that really sometimes I use his bucket to come inside. He's the one that he got a lot of knowledge from my grandfather. He taught him a lot of things. Then I asked him that I need to learn too, and also to keep this going, because it's really amazing. When I grew up to now, I believe 30 years is no one doing that. If I do it and have a taste of that beer, I'm sure that it will go. It will go in market. It will be like blowing, because it really. If you drink this beer inside the middle of the sand, you won't get up. You won't go up back. You stay there, because what happens? You see the salt will be rolling like this. You won't able to walk. As you walk, you must see a lot of potholes inside the river. So one day, I need to try it again. What happened? What happened? People used to go there, sneak and go and drink the beer. And you find that because it's a little bit sweet when you taste it. If you take a sip, it will say, hey, get more and more and more. After getting 2-3 cups, you know that you are drunk. You won't get up. You will stay in the middle of the river. Then when we come, we're able to trace or we're able to get you sleeping there. Say, hey, what's going on? And we know that you're drinking these palm beers, which is really, really strong. Such amazing. I grew up selling these palm beers. As
from the lala palm, you call it?
Lala palms, yes.
You get it in the Sand River, for instance?
Some of the area more further south, you do have them. Yeah. But even the palms that are around in the area, like original, what do we have in these rivers? I forget.
I don't know all the names of all the different palms. Yeah.
But we have them, some of the palms. More different one can produce some beers. You go there and do it, and it's fun. And we grow up selling this, to people around the community. And sometimes it takes us a lot of time playing around the river, drinking, because we were still boys. And suddenly we get to sleep in the middle of the river, not getting back home. And my grandfather knows that, the boys are not coming back. They might be down in the river, or maybe they have the beer, they're now drunk, they won't come back. So you were able to trace us and get us and take us back home. But it's something that is really, really beautiful. If we have it, we can sell it to the people. They can like it.
And they'll be happy.
They will be happy. If it's a full moon like this, you won't come back home. I believe the bubble will stuck somewhere. Yeah, it's really, really amazing. But that is our history, socialized of. Nature, or the nature itself, it has a lot of things. You can get the beer from the tree itself. As long as you know what you're doing, you will get it. So easy. We won't buy beers anymore. We can be able to go and do a lot of that.
Rex, I almost feel like we shouldn't interrupt this. I know that it's very different from usual, but it's been very cool, just listening to Rex and talking and seeing you guys react.
He's got another 3 hours to talk after this, huh?
Yeah.
3 hours. It's a nice night drive. It's a story night drive.
It's really amazing. It will be nice.
But it's always been, Rex Around the Fire has always been very interesting. Just try this one.
That's amazing. With all the stories, if I can able to put them in line, I can able to chat for 24 hours.
Yeah. We should have it 24
hours. But yeah.
We need some water for you then, huh?
Yeah, this really. But I need to give you a story. This is more about my biography. But Do you believe that a human being on foot can able to kill a giraffe with a spear?
A human being on foot with
Yeah.
a giraffe?
Chasing giraffe.
You told me the story once.
Yeah.
Hunting with a spear.
Hunting with a spear. It happens to me.
You?
Yeah.
You did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Shoot.
How old were you?
Probably between 17 and 19.
Yeah.
I was very, very fast by that time. If I tell this story, Charles, while he's here, is going to support that.
Was Charles with?
Yeah, Charles was with me.
You know, I was going to tease everyone and say, well, you know, we're not going to tell the story now, but obviously we were going to tell the story because it's such a good story. But if Charles was with you,
yeah, it would be nice.
This is a story that I think, you know what, actually, speaking of Charles wasn't going to join us tonight. Well, he said he was going to, but I think something must have come up, and Charles is still a little bit worried sometimes with the camera, but we'll get him there. He's getting more and more so, but I think we should leave that one waiting then, huh? Really?
Yeah.
If you and Charles could tell that together.
Yeah, that would be nice.
We done it before, and if Charles is going to come and
also
get the story set up like that.
And it will be nice because Charles is also from a big part of our tribe, and hunting and doing all of these funny stories. Yeah, it's cool.
How long ago is that, Rickson? It's almost 20 years ago, huh?
20 years, yeah, 20 years, almost.
You're still very fast.
I was like running.
It's like that,
like a cheetah, huh?
But Rex told me if we walk and we find leopard on foot, then he will also be faster than me.
Yeah.
I've run with you, and sorry, but this is not even part of our proper give you a hard time talk, but I've run with you. I mean, even if there isn't a leopard, Rickson's faster than you.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you. Although if it's a competition.
We can start no, I'll train a bit, and then I'll run away.
A running competition.
Yeah, I can run, huh? But I'm telling you, it's true.
Sure.
Never ever. I'll tell a lot of stories with Charles is here. Some of them, it's really beautiful story.
It's nice to have a story that you two tell together from memory.
Yeah.
You know, like that you shared.
Beautiful.
Well, this was a very unplanned version of the Fireside, and I could do though. 1 second. Sorry everyone, I apologize for being so different, but we do try and see how things work.
It's looking good.
Basically, we do someone have a chat. I think just now when Pete comes back up from that side, me and him will have a chat around the fire. I feel almost bad breaking up the conversation that was going on. It was just so interesting, and I'm sure we're going to get lots of feedback from you and from Graham and Emily as well, because it's a bit different than usual. But in essence, and we'll talk about it amongst ourselves in camp as well, but there was quite a nice feel just sitting around the fire and chatting. So we'll play around a bit more with that, and certainly more with some stories as well. Sorry, I had to do that. But for the moment, because it is getting towards 8 o'clock, I feel terrible now. I've just stopped a very nice conversation.
There's lots more stories,
There's lots more stories, and we're going to get better at telling you stories around the fire as well. We're going to make that more part of the fireside, I think. That's the whole point of reminiscing around a fire. I think I want to come sit next to Rex. And if you want to move the camera a little bit, give us a few different views. I'm going to put this camera down. Rex, I'm just going to chat to you a little bit about the tradition of fires.
Yeah.
Being around fires, and then myself and Pete will just end off with talking about him being back, obviously, but also just about some of the time changes. But typically speaking, Rex, I mean, a lot of the, and I know definitely in your culture still, and in my culture to an extent, there's a big value in sitting around the fire and sharing stories, in you telling the story to me maybe, or to someone else like Charles, but with the young kids being around and listening to those stories. And there's a big oral tradition or storytelling tradition that is invaluable. I mean, what happens around a fire typically in the village?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Sorry for that. You know, in our society, we have different way of really building children. Sitting around the fire, as you said, is the way where the parents has to telling stories of life, not direct, indirect.
No, exactly.
Yes. Why I'm saying that, because they will take like we call it Garingan or Garangan.
Say
it's something
Garingan and Garangan.
Garingan or Garangan.